When this was happening, everybody was watching in every detail, not giving a damn about what were they seeing, since it's in the nature of the felines to play around as always. But in Kakashi's perverted mind, it had a different aspect. "Oi Naruto, it's early you to /2 to have babies," Kakashi said. Naruto raised an eyebrow. "Babies?" he said, and took a glance on Kurenai, who had a flushed pink cheeks, while Koro-chan meowed. "Nii-san." Kakashi laughed at his Otuto. Ma, let's just go to the Hokage's office to report back our mission," Kakashi said. "Wait, did you just say our mission? Does it include them as well?" Sakura pointed out. Kakashi simply nodded and said, "This is a joint team mission." "A joint team mission?" Sasuke repeated. "And now, he tells us," Sakura said. "Hokage Tower, one of the most peaceful places in Konoha, especially during noontime. Most workers were doing their respective duties. Some were chatting about where they could hang out after work hours. Others were bushed out due to stress, wanting to get away from all the strain. Let's take for example, our beloved Hokage, who already finished a tower of paperwork in a record time. Ah, finally, no paperwork today. I can get to enjoy this peace and quiet for once," Sandaime thought, lighting his pipe as he turned to the window revealing the Hokage monument. Much to his dismay, his so-called peace and quiet was taken away easily. The office's door banged open, showing Team 7 and Team 8. "So much to my peace and quiet," Sandaime thought. "Hey Sandaime Gigi, we already finished the mission you gave us," Naruto said, while the other genins were rather surprised at Naruto's forwardness to the Hokage. "Good, I have another job for you," Sandaime said as he looked for the scroll. "Give us at least a C-ranked mission, Sandaime Gigi," Naruto said. "Yes too," Sakura said. For once, Sasuke agreed with the pink-haired Kunoichi. Sandaime was thinking whether to pick the C-ranked one or the usual D-ranked one. "Don't even think about giving us a D-ranked mission, old man," Naruto added, giving stress on Sandaime's nickname. Sandaime was in panic. He remembered when Naruto used that nickname, the memory already giving him the nosebleed. But by mere chance, he accidentally picked up the D-ranked mission scroll. "Big mistake, old man," Naruto added. Everyone was starting to feel that something was seeping out of the blonde. They all saw Naruto form a hand seal and said, "Harem no Jutsu." Soon there were 8 naked women saying Sarutobi-sama. As fast as the speed of sound, the nosebleeds occurred, coming from the raging hormone teenagers, perverted men, and from the perverted old geezer as well. Not long enough, there were medics everywhere helping out. Some were confused, like how in Kami's name did these shinobis suffered with so much blood loss and had managed to injure the Hokage and even Kakashi, Konoha's copy nin? After the chaos brought by the newly formed jutsu, the jutsu has been declared as a kinjutsu, making it forbidden to use. It took the men for almost 20 minutes to revive to their feet. That left the 3 genins who were still unconscious courtesy of Naruto's jutsu. Sakura was helping her dearest Sasuke Koen while Shino was being helped by a medic. Hinata, on the other hand, was looking out for Kiba. "Fine, this will be a joint team mission. Team 7 with Team 8, both Jounins will be in charge. Your mission is to protect a bridge builder named Tazuna, as well as his family." Sandaime gave the mission scroll to Kakashi. "Where is this man we're supposed to protect?" Kurenai asked. At the same moment, the said man entered the room, looking at his protectors. "Are they the ones who are going to protect me?" he said, pointing at the ninjas with his index finger. "Yes they are, please don't underestimate them, they are more reliable than you think," Sandaime said. "I was talking about the brats," Tazuna said. "Why you, dash?" Naruto was about to attack Tazuna with his fist, but then he was stopped by his sensei, Kurenai. "We're not here to kill Tazuna-san. We're here to protect him," Kurenai said. Then she turned around to Tazuna. "I suggest you take the Hokage's advice, if I were you," Kurenai added. The moment Tazuna saw Kurenai's eyes, he could feel his feet being buried to the floor, either from fear or anxiousness. Tazuna got even more nervous when he got suddenly crept up by a half-masked man and told him something about "you haven't seen the scariest part." Sandaime coughed a little bit to make known his presence once again. "During your trip to Wave Country you will meet someone named Momochi Zabuza," Sandaime said. "Isn't he the renowned demon of the mist?" Kurenai asked. On Sandaime's face, there formed a smile. "Yes, to everyone's knowledge he is the famous demon of the mist, but he is also one of my so-called contacts at the outside world. It is one of his ways to survive, Be one with the hunter is what he had said to me all those years. Sandaime smiled. Zabuza will lead you on the way there about this. Sandaime said as he pulled another scroll and gave to Kakashi, who eyed the contents of the said scroll. Nami no Zaisho, Day 1. Noon, near the west gate of Konoha, stood an old man. Probably in his late 40s. The said old man was with a group of young ninjas who were also waiting as well, just like him, the old man. He noticed something about the group. There was a pink-haired girl who was fawning over this raven-haired boy who was crossing his arms, ignoring the pink-haired girl. There was this weird-looking boy playing with his dog. There were two silent kids. The first one was looking down while the other one was different. Tazuna couldn't even tell where he was looking because of his deep-shaded sunglasses. Lastly, Tazuna noticed that he was being watched. He turned around to see who was staring at him, only to find the same blonde-haired boy who was about to attack him earlier. After 10 minutes, they all heard a poof. When the smoke dissipated, it showed Team 8's Jounin instructor, Yuhi Kurenai. She asked if Kakashi had showed up, but when Kiba said that he saw the copy nin entering a bookstore on his way to the gate, everybody swore they saw an imaginary vein popping out on Kurenai's forehead. The vein popping only stopped when Kakashi showed up with a new edition of Ica Ica Paradise. Yo, let's go, Kakashi said behind his new orange book. The next thing they knew, they were walking away from the west gate. Kakashi with Shino on the front, Sakura ogling over Sasuke at the back of Kakashi and Shino, Hinata with Kiba at Tazuna's side, both left and right, respectively, while at the back were Naruto and Kurenai. As they all walked, none gave a damn about the puddles on the ground, but Naruto did. Kurenai saw the ones at the front stopped walking, especially Kakashi. She too stopped and saw Naruto standing in front of numerous abnormal puddles. The next thing they saw was a blur. Everybody was caught up with the blur that turned into a group of ninjas and samurais. There were 4 ninjas particularly from the hidden village of the Mist, and 4 samurais that came from the hidden village of the Rock. They were so caught up that no one realized that one member of their group was captured quite easily, much to her dismay. Give us the old man and this won't get messy, the leader said, pointing at Tazuna with his katana. What if we don't? Kakashi replied. She dies, the leader said, pointing to the captured Kurenai. Sensei, teammate cried. They were in a battle position ready to rescue their sensei. Nobody moves. If one of you moved, we'll kill you instead, leaving the old man and this exotic woman of yours to us, the leader said as he grinned manically. With this said, all the enemies were moving near Team 7 and Team 8. Naruto loosened up and he moved. The enemy leader's eyes shot at the blonde who was doing something with his hands. It didn't register to the leader's eyes. It was like a fast blur. The fool, what the heck was he thinking, forming hand seals when someone is ready to stab him at the back? The leader thought. They could all see Naruto, stabbed at the back by the enemy, being thrown at the side of the nearby forest. Naruto. /beat/. Kurenai witnessed everything. She was still shaking from the fact that Naruto was stabbed in front of her. She could feel some beatings inside of her that she couldn't even comprehend. /beat/. It can't be. /beat/. Naruto-kun's dead? /beat/. Impossible. /beat/. It must be a genjutsu. /beat/. But how come I didn't detect it? /beat/. I should have stopped it from happening. /beat/. The sound of beatings didn't stop. It only took its pace even further and soon it became more ragged. What's the matter, scared Ojuchan? The leader asked behind Kurenai's ear. If I get loose from you, I swear I'm going to kill you, Kurenai said with gritted teeth. Let's see you try. The leader mocked the now freed Jounin. Currently, both Jounins, Kakashi and Kurenai, were fighting against the enemy ninjas, while the 5 genins were defending Tazuna's life against 4 samurais. Sakura and Hinata were both at Tazuna's side. Kiba and Akamaru already formed the Jujin Bushin. Shino was calling out his Kikai bugs. At the same time, Sasuke formed a set of hand seals and called out, Katun, Gokakyu no Jutsu. Once the flames were off, there was only one samurai left. Kiba used his Getsuga to their last enemy, wanting to make his opponent to feel the loss he received. Meanwhile, both Kakashi and Kurenai were trying to fend off the flying shurikens heading their way. This is beginning to be child's play, the enemy ninja said as he formed a series of hand seals and said, Suiton, Sokudan no Jutsu. Kakashi was about to cast a jutsu the moment he saw the upcoming barrage of water until he heard a familiar voice shout out, "Suiton, Suijin Hiki." Soon, both Jounins were seeing a wall of water in front of them. They both turned and saw the caster, Naruto, with somebody in tow. When the water dissipated, it revealed 5 ninjas, 3 leaf ninjas and 2 mist ninjas. The enemy ninjas stepped back when they saw the new additions, namely, Momochi, Zabuza and Haku, /N, its female Haku. "What's the matter? You all look like you've seen a ghost," Zabuza said as he picked up his sword, Kubikiri Hocho, from his back, bringing it forth. "Haku," Zabuza called out. Haku slowly walked up to the enemy ninjas while in her right hand held 4 needles for each enemy ninjas. Perfect number, Haku thought. With one shot, Haku managed to slay a single ninja with her keen shot at its neck. 1 down, 3 to go, Haku said behind her mask. 3 needles were left in her hands, but this time she fired them all together, making the enemy ninjas lifeless before her. Zabuza noticed the blonde kid next to him as if the blonde was flinching or something. "What's the matter, kid?" Zabuza asked. "Nothing," Naruto managed to stutter before he fell unconscious. "Oi kid, you okay?" Zabuza said. Everybody's attention flew to them. Both Kurenai and Kakashi ran up to them to see if Naruto was okay, while the Genins walked to them, but Kakashi told them not look. Meanwhile, Kurenai, Haku, and Zabuza were beside Naruto. They saw the stab near Naruto's left shoulder. Kurenai didn't imagine that the stab passed through his body. Slowly, they all saw a small tint of red chakra coming out of his body, healing his wounds perfectly. But something was off. Naruto had not yet awakened from his unconsciousness. Kakashi walked up to them and carried Naruto at his back. He looked at Tazuna with both of his eyes, revealing his spinning Sharingan to the man before him. "Explain yourself. You only ordered protection from rogue bandits, animals, but you never spoken of enemy ninjas. This mission is clearly a high-level C-ranked mission. Not only that, this mission managed to hurt my little brother." At the mention of little brother, Tazuna looked at the kid Kakashi was carrying and looked down. "Now I tell you again, explain yourself, Tazuna-san," Kakashi said. Tazuna started to tell the whole group about what has been happening in Wave Country, including Gato, who wants Tazuna dead for making this bridge that will corrupt his, Gato, business. "Tazuna, eh?" Zabuza said as if tasting the name. Tazuna looked at the famous demon of the mist with bullets forming at the side of his face. "Kakashi, if that kid wakes up he'll probably tell us to continue this mission," Zabuza said as he looked at Kakashi and turned to look at Kurenai. "Right?" Zabuza asked, looking at Kurenai, who only nodded and looked worried to her student. "Besides, I'm sure Tazuna-san here will have to pay the full amount for you mission." "Right, Tazuna-san," Zabuza said with earn him a nod from the bridge builder. Zabuza walked forward with Haku leading the way while Kakashi followed behind. Kurenai and the others walked next to them. "Wait, you're going to help us?" Kakashi asked, bringing down his hitae to hide his left eye. "Right you are, I believe Monkey told you about this, am I right?" Zabuza said. Kakashi pondered for a while when Zabuza said Monkey. Zabuza actually meant Sarutobi. Saru means monkey. Kakashi thought. Yes, he did. Kakashi said. "Just our luck, everything seems to take its place, don't you think?" Zabuza said as he walked to the near boat with a man in it. "It's rather peaceful yet disturbing in here," Kurenai thought while Naruto was sound asleep at her lap. Both of them were at the back while the ones at the front were Kakashi and Zabuza, followed by Haku, Tazuna, and Shino. Next to them were Sasuke and Sakura, followed by Hinata and Kiba, and the ones at the back as well, including the driver of the boat. Some were thinking about what had happened earlier. Let's take for example. That was the Sharingan. Kakashi-sensei had the Sharingan. Sasuke. This boy is a demon vessel, just like Haku. Zabuza. He's just like me. Haku. What was that feeling a while ago? It felt like my heart was beating hard and fast. Kurenai. It took them 20 minutes to arrive at the shoreline of the Wave Country. The first thing they saw was the fair treatment the villagers had. Some were poor. Some were lucky to have homes, as they call it. Soon, they were in front of Tazuna's house. It wasn't small or big. It was perfect for the old man and his family. "Welcome to my humble home," Tazuna said. Once they entered,
Tazuna was greeted by her daughter, Tsunami.
"Father, what took you so long?" she asked, bringing her hand to her hip as she waited for her father to reply.
"Oh, well, you see, I have to ask for some help,"
Tazuna said as he pointed at the ninjas behind him. After a couple of minutes, the Genins were at the living room, resting or talking.
"How do you think Naruto's doing?" Hinata asked her teammate. "He'll be fine. Plus, Kurenai-sensei is with him, remember?" Kiba said as he made sure that Hinata won't get worried too much. "I guess you're right, arigato, Kiba-kun," Hinata said, letting the kun slip from her mouth. She noticed Kiba looked away as he waved his hand saying it's nothing with flushed pink cheeks. Meanwhile, at the front porch of Tazuna's house, Kakashi and Zabuza with Haku were there talking.
Mostly about shinobi stuff and their mission, but their topic suddenly changed by Zabuza.
"Your brother, what's his name?" Zabuza said. "Naruto. Uzumaki Naruto," Kakashi said. "He's quite interesting, if you ask me," Zabuza said. Kakashi cocked an eyebrow and left the porch. Kakashi was soon followed by Zabuza with Haku in tow. At the same moment in the guest room, Kurenai was watching Naruto sleep on his futon. Naruto hadn't showed any interest in waking up for quite some time now in his watcher's opinion. A minute had passed, Kurenai noticed Naruto's breathing was becoming ragged and his chest was rising rather high. "Naruto," Kurenai said in panic.
She suddenly noticed Naruto's eyes were opening slowly. Naruto slowly sat up and saw his sensei with an expression he hadn't seen before.
It was a mix of sadness, hurt, happiness, and shock. The next thing he knew, he was caught off guard as Kurenai pulled him into a hug. "What were you thinking? You had me worried so much," Naruto heard Kurenai say. I am sorry," Naruto said as he returned the hug back. "Is she crying?" "She is." "Oh God, what did I do?" "Kurenai-chan, please don't cry," Naruto said. Unknown to him, he let out the chan in Kurenai's name.
At the same time, Kakashi, Zabuza and Haku were watching the couple's lovely session as to what Kakashi had named it.
"This is quite interesting. Don't you think, Zabuza-san?" Kakashi said with a smirk under his face mask, letting Naruto and Kurenai know their presence.
The moment they heard Kakashi's voice, they let go of each other.
Kurenai sat up and looked down at the floor, wishing to get sucked by the earth.
She hated when Kakashi gets to his teasing mode.
Zabuza grinned at the event he had witnessed.
He looked at Kakashi and said, "Yeah, very interesting indeed," Zabuza said, putting a stress mark on every word.
"How are you feeling, Naruto-kun?" Haku asked behind her mask. "I feel fine. Who are you anyway?" Naruto asked. "My name is Haku. I'm Zabuza's sister,"
Haku said as she revealed her smiling face to the young blonde.
"What?" Naruto said, almost shouted. "You don't even look close to him. I don't see any family resemblance between the both of you,"
Naruto said rather loudly, that made the man called Zabuza twitch his eyebrow rather at a fast speed.
"Baka. I adopted Haku back when she was still a child," Zabuza said. "Oh, that's probably the reason why she wouldn't look close to you, she's too pretty to be your sister," Naruto said as she tried to stand up with success. By the time he was on his feet, Naruto noticed Zabuza's twitching eyebrow, but he didn't notice Haku's flushed cheeks.
After a couple of hours, Naruto found himself in front of the dining table with everybody else.
Naruto sighed, not really knowing why. "What are you sighing about, Kit?" Kyubi asked to his jailer. "It's nothing, fur ball. I just missed the ramen back at Konoha," Naruto replied. "The ramen or the ramen girl, what was her name?" Kyubi said with a grin on his face. "I am? It's not her, it's the ramen, okay? That I assure you," Naruto replied. "Ooh, looks who's acting guilty?" Kyubi said with a chuckle. "You fur ball, I am not acting guilty," Naruto said in defense. Ooh, maybe it's those purple-haired kunoichis. I can't blame you, they're quite beautiful if you ask me. Kyuubi stopped and took a look at his jailer who had a blank look on his face. It's not them. It's the ramen, okay? Ramen as in ramen ramen. Naruto said. Right, blame it all to the cup of noodles. Kyuubi stopped while his jailer sighed in his mind and in the real world as well. Okay, so what about you and your Kurenai-chan? Kyuubi added, making the real Naruto to become red if not redder. Ha! It is her. I knew it. Kyuubi singed inside Naruto's mind, singing something with the only lyrics is I knew it.
Unknown to Naruto, some people in the dining area were starting to get worried to the young blonde. Naruto hadn't touched his food for quite a while now.
Naruto.
Kurenai patted his shoulder. She could see him flush red. In her mind she was wondering what was happening to him. After 5 seconds Naruto looked up and saw his sensei looking at him.
Yes, sensei? Naruto asked with innocent eyes. Kurenai sighed. Otudo, are you feeling well?
You haven't touched your food, Kakashi said in behind.
I'm fine.
I was just thinking about something, Nichan. Naruto said as he picked up his spoon and started to eat his porridge. After an hour or so, Tazuna decided to go to the market to buy some groceries since they were running short in their stocks. Tazuna told Kakashi that he will be out for some groceries with Naruto to stretch his muscles as what the old man suggested.
Currently with Naruto and Tazuna, Tazuna stopped and looked at the ninja before him. Naruto had this questioning look on his face that said, "What are you thinking, old man?" Kind of look. Tazuna held out his grocery list and a few bills from his wallet and gave it to Naruto. Buy them, I'll just watch you, Tazuna said. What? Naruto said, but reluctantly he just took both items from Tazuna. Naruto looked at the list that contained 3 PCS of radish, 5 PCS of eggs, 2 kilos of meat, pork, and fish, 1 kilo of tofu, 1 kilo of shrimp, 2 packs of nori. Tazuna-san, I don't think these 1500.00 ryu is enough for all of these, Naruto said as he was pushed and semi-dragged to their first stop, the vegetable shop. Naruto looked at the person guarding the store. He noticed that it was a girl, probably Haku's age, was looking at him as well. The girl wasn't glaring at him just like the villagers do when he was going by stuff for his apartment. This was different. It has something in it that Naruto couldn't put his finger in it. Naruto was about to ask the price for the radish when someone interfered. 2 samurais that had similar clothing with the ones who had attacked yesterday came. The sound of sword clashing with the air brought Naruto's polite face down to something else. Naruto told Tazuna to stay beside the girl behind her shop. Naruto loosened his stance. Everybody saw both Naruto's feet bouncing and his face was neutral, not giving any emotions to his opponent. What are you trying to do, mock us to death? The bald samurai said. The said bald samurai was readying himself as well. He ordered his comrade to do it as well, but he was too dumbfounded when his comrade's katana was gone. This is quite a beautiful sword, if you ask me. The bald samurai looked at the owner of the voice, which belonged to the blonde boy who took a kenjutsu stance as well. Can we do this fast? I have to buy these groceries, any? Naruto said in his natural tone. Silence filled the marketplace. Everybody was looking at them and to the blonde boy who had managed to snag the opponent's katana. They all had the same thoughts running in their minds like the bald samurai. How the heck did he do that? Take him out, the other enemy samurai said. It rang to the bald samurai's mind like a big boom. He attacked Naruto fast, but he noticed that he just slashed the air as if the said blonde boy wasn't there. On top of you, the bald samurai's comrade shouted. But before the bald samurai could look, he already felt the earth on his face and a slight lump on the back of his head. What